I'm Sherry with Mother-Daughter Crafting. If you happen to come on and see the live, just put down in the comments live or the replay. So right now we are definitely live. It's on right here. I'm on mirror image so that you could read the letters over here. So it's just reversed for me. So bear with me. And let me see if I can catch on here. The video on my Facebook page. And yeah, it's right here. Cool. I'm going to try to get to be able to see comments, but I have problems with that sometimes. So if you do make any comments or any questions and I don't see it, I will check it all later. So today, I'm excited to do this one. We are going to do August Club. I think it's cute all by itself. But there's something new that's been added to Club, and it starts this month in August. And they're adding an accessory to it, and they didn't up the price. It's still the same. I think it's $21.99, but I will check that and make sure. It's once a month Club, and the accessory that comes with this first one is this pumpkin right here. It's a chockable shape, and this is what it looks like, white. However, I did put chalk paste on this one. So on the other side. It's reusable, so I can wash this off. It's just, what color is this? It is peach cobbler. And I just used this felt brush that you could get Dollar Tree, Walmart, different places like that. And just brushed it on at full strength. I didn't water it down, but you can. It just will make a lighter background. Now, what I would suggest we do is, since I put paste on here, I want to make sure, okay, that it's smooth. So I'm going to take a filing and just real lightly, you just want to get it as smooth. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on it. And I'm just trying not to put any pressure. Just get anything that kind of stands out. Wipe it down. Then I like to put some wax on it. Let me see. However, I want this kind of rustic, like a pumpkin sitting out on the county fair. So I am really okay if some of the color pulls up. And by the way, you don't have to do this. You could put the transfer right on here. And I am going to put some of this on here. And then I'm going to use the heat gun because it's kind of hard, the wax is. And I'm going to have big chunks at different places. So I am going to do that. Kind of melt the wax a little bit. When you make any comments or just say hi, it helps me to get seen in more places. So I'd really appreciate that. Plus, I'd love to have your questions, comments. All right. And then after you can do that, just kind of buff it in so it becomes really smooth. And you can feel it. It's really smooth, and it is, when it stops sticking, then you buffed it enough. You want it just to slide over it. Okay. Now, this is what I want to show you. For this, you want to make sure you have it turned the right way. If you have it on the right way, this transfer will fit on here perfect. If you have the wrong side on here, you will not be able to match it up exactly. So that's how you can determine what is the right side. So first I want to take it out of here. Here's a transfer, sticky on the back. So roll it off the backer. And it is sticky, so I do want to fuzz it. So I do have the fuzz towels that you can purchase if you want to, but you can also just use a towel or your shirt or anything that has some kind of lint. So all that does is take some of the stickiness off. So just fuzz it until you think you just can't fuzz anymore. Get all that. And what that'll do is prevent you from pulling up paste, because it won't stick quite as much, and then also not distort your transfer. These are reusable. So, all right, now I'm going to try to line it up here. It's pretty easy, really, because you can see through the transfer. You can see through. So let's see. All right, press it down, get the bubbles out, because if you have bubbles, it's going to allow the paste to seep through the transfer. And I am going to use on this one, Hello Pumpkin. This is a new chalk paste color, and it's just like a pumpkin. All right. Oh, and before I paste that, let me show you. This is something else they're doing for the club. This is the 1-year anniversary. So if you've been in the club for a whole year, they're going to give you this hot pink squeegee. Couldn't think for it. So it's just something fun that they're doing, a little extra. Each year be a different color. I'm guessing it's going to be every year. We'll see. All right. I Actually, let's just go ahead and use this one. And I am going to chalk all of this with this Hey Pumpkin. It just glides right on, especially new paste. Love new paste. It goes on so easy. Even with a squeegee that's kind of big. By the way, this squeegee, it's silicone, and you can just take regular scissors and cut this if it's too big, if you want a smaller size. I have done that to a lot of mine. So now I'm just making sure I got everything. And I want green for the leaves and the stem. And I will use one of my smaller squeegees. Or I can use this hockey stick squeegee, right, this one on this end. Which it's nice. It kind of goes on like a pencil or a pen, and it's smaller, so it's easier to get in those little areas when you're doing more than one color. It works out pretty good. So I'm trying just to do the part that are the leaves and the stem. So I might have to come back here with another one to do some of this around the pumpkin. All right, let's see how I did. Just take this off, pull it straight up, and here's our pumpkin. Can you see the two different colors? The other thing you could do it outlined in brown, which I was thinking of, but I didn't do. All right, so there's our pumpkin. So we're going to put this aside. Now, if you were to put this on, chalk this on one of our Aiden boards, they're magnetic, and you could just put a magnet back here and put it on there. I am not using that today. I'm using a made surface my husband made for me, and it's a whiteboard, and he made the frame around it. It's chalk on one side and a whiteboard on the other. So that's what I'm going to put this transfer on. But before I do that, and while this is drying, I need to clean this transfer with the pumpkin. Now on the other side of this towel is a microfiber towel, and I use this, especially when I'm doing it online, to clean. So what I'm going to do is put it on the microfiber side, add some water, distilled water, or it doesn't matter so much here, but when you're mixing water with your paste, you want to use distilled. If I'm not doing it live, I am putting it under the sink with just lukewarm temperature water. All right, I'm going to take one of our board erasers and I am just gonna take as much off of this as I possibly can. And you don't have to worry about this on your towel. It washes right out. But it is probably a good thing to have something specifically just for this. I don't think I'd use a guest towel or anything like that. But I have washed this several times. Of course, some colors come out better than others. You want to make sure it's out of the netting, and that's the part you can see through in there. That's silk screen netting. You don't want any paste to dry in there. So I'm going to take another towel on the microfiber side to dry this as quickly as we can, so you don't have to wait too long while we're waiting for this all to dry. So, how are you guys surviving all this heat? It's been so hot here. Hotter than I expected it to be. In the 90s. I think this week it's cooling off a little bit, but we're getting a lot of rain now, so no sun. All right, now it's very sticky again, which happens after you wash it. When you get water on it, it takes some of the stickiness off. So if you get it stuck to each other, that's what you need to do, is put it under water, release some of the stickiness, and let it dry. Now, if I were doing this in the sink, I would be sticky side up so it can dry. So again, I'm on the terry cloth side to fuzz it because it's too sticky. I need some of the stickiness off of here. Let's see how that is. Bring this here. And this is your B size. This is the size you get every month. I want to do this like, which is like letter size, 8.5 by 11. I'll make sure this is going to fit. Now, if you get the 9 by 11, 8 in this will fit perfect. But you can maneuver this how you want. Except I didn't have that too straight. Let's do this. See, it's still sticky. This is probably the hardest part right here, is lining it up on your board. Make sure I've got everything. Yep, good. All right, now rub your hand over it and make sure you got the bubbles out, like I have some right here. So just smoothing it out. All right, so it's like that. Now, if you see this right here, all the net screen is, you can see through to the back. So since the back is white, everything that is white is where your chalk is going to go. So that'll help you figure out your colors and what you're actually doing. So I am going to chalk the pumpkin, even though I have this add-on to put on there. Because when this is real dry, with chalk paste only takes about 4 minutes. I'm going to put that on there. I'm still going to chalk behind, probably just all one color, the pumpkin color, but you definitely could do both if you want to. Just because you might be able to see it a little bit after you put it on there. So I am planning on, I'm going to do the pumpkin and all the words in black and the first place ribbon and the flags. I'm going to do them all in this saucy, which was one of our colors of the month. All right, so I'm going to open that. And I don't think I need brown. And this is the Hey Pumpkin. I do need the black. So black, pumpkin, and saucy. Let's see, for the pumpkin, I can use a pretty good size. The letters, both. See, this is what I did. I had a small squeegee, but I still wanted it smaller in some places, so I just cut them. That's it. All right. I'm trying to figure out what to do first. I think I will do this, the flags in the first place last. I might do the letters and the pumpkin, and or even just the letters on top and pull and paste, because I'm doing more in one color. I don't want it to dry on here. So let's try that. So I'm going to take the black. Just slide it on with your squeegee. Hope you can see. Sometimes I get carried away and get out of the lines when I'm in colors. So just take your time. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. You got time to get it on there. Now I'm going back. I'm smoothing out the lines, taking off the excess. Put the excess back in your jar, because you can use it again. All right, I'm going to pull that up, if I can get it started. Okay. Now, when you pull it up, try to do it on the straight line, not on an angle. So, just pull this straight up. So you can see so far. I'm going to let it dry a little bit, and what I did is I released it from the net screen to the transfer, or to the surface, so it wouldn't dry on the net screen. I'm going to dry this just a little bit. Keep the heat away from the transfer. That'll distort it if you get heat directly on it. You see I'm angling it away from the transfer. Mostly on these big bold letters because there's more paste on that. All right, now you're not going to put any pressure on this. You're just going to let it lay back. The only place you're going to put a little bit of pressure is where you still have to chalk. So you want that down without any bubbles. Okay. Now, I'm going to do, well, let's do the pumpkin. Do I want to do the pumpkin or do I want to do the other? Let's do the other words. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take the black from down here. Push this up here a little bit. I want to stand up, but I won't. Maybe I will. Because of the frame, takes a little bit more to get that. At least for me it does, sitting down. And I'm trying not to get this this line right here, because that's going to be saucy, the kind of muted red. Right. I want to make sure I got all the letters in there. And if you don't, and you miss some of them, just say it's a distressed design for a county fair. It's intentional, right? But there we go. Oops. Do not go back down yet. Okay. Now, stop. Do you do that? Do you talk to yourself? I do. All right. Sometimes I listen to myself, sometimes I don't. Kind of scary, right? Okay, we got those letters on there. You can see that. All right. Now I'm going to turn this on again for this. Dry it a little bit. and then just let it fall down. All right, now I'm going to take my finger and just push down on the part that I have to chalk yet. All right, let's do the pumpkin, get that one done, and then all we have is the red, the saucy. Now, I could have just used this Hey Pumpkin on this cutout just by itself, and it would have been fine. Or have more of a retro look and do all of this in black. Or maybe all in black except for the ribbon for a pop of color. And again, I said, I think I would have put a little bit more, I don't know, a little more brown, something more that contrasts it a little better. But I can do that, because I can wash it off of that and redo it. All right, let's pull this up again. Woo, that looks good. Good. So far, so good. All right, let's dry this. I do like that. That really looks sharp, just in pumpkin. It really is a good color. It's just like a real pumpkin. Put this on a higher. All right, now just let it fall down. Again, I'm gonna get the part that has to be chalked. And that is going to be in the saucy, but you know, I'm going to use a smaller, yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's do this ribbon first. It's just got a little bit more area for the paste. And then do the poles and the flags on top. I got one. Now I'll do the second one. And I could use that, this thing to get in there a little bit better. So tell me, if you're watching, what do you think about the new add-on for the club? Each month, it's going to be something extra. Not necessarily always a chip or a cutout, but it'll be something nice that'll go on it. All right. Now let me use this to kind of, so I don't get into the black. All right, let's take the whole thing off and see what we did. Oh, my phone says low battery. I don't know how that, hope it's working. It's always something on a live. So bring it straight up. Oh, it's so cool. All right. Yay! So what do you think? I love it. All right, guys, I think I've lost everybody. Ugh. It never fails. Every live does something. No, I am. I'm still there. Good. Okay. Now, there are a few places that I chalked over. I don't really even see any that are too bad that I might want to come back and get. And I would just use a Q-tip and dampen it. And you can just get any of those that you don't want out of there. Personally, I don't think there's any real big ones here, so I might just leave it. Then, once this is all dry, I am going, you can either take this, since this is not a magnetic board, you can hot glue it on here, and that way, if you want to do it again, see, it just gives you that 3D look. You could, or because hot glue, you can pop that out usually if you want to change it. But another way to do it is you can use the magnets. You can use like double magnets. Now, if you're doing on the 8-in board, you just have to use one magnet and put it on the back of this, like I'm going to do. And depending how big this is, you might have to put more than one. Now this would be ready with this to put on if it were a magnetic board. It would hold it on there. But since it's not, I need two, maybe more, depending on depending on how heavy, how big it is. I got one in the middle. Let's see how that works. All right, so just put this on there, like so. And it really gives you a neat 3D effect. So what do you think? Can you see how it has the... I love it. And that's extra. From now on, every month, there's going to be something in there. I already know what September's is. It's another cutout, but I'm not going to tell you what the design is. We'll wait. But this is so cool. If you want to know more about the club, just comment down below club, and I'll get you some more info. So I'd like to hear what you think. of this. And any comments would be great. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.